Everybody out there, every single one of you has their demons. Got demons inside you, brother. So what are you going to use those demons for? You're going to use them for reanimator targets, utility creatures, sexual partners. Well, some of my ex-girlfriends want to say hi, but first, subscribe to Better Commander here, brother. Oh, give me a hell yeah. We're talking 12 sweet demons today. I gotta relax, man. You know, I gotta take it easy. I'm stressed out at work. I'm stressed out at home. I got too many Govee lights around my damn living room, dude. Trump is out there doing stuff. We're all gonna die from measles. And I just ate like 11 pounds of rice and soft-boiled eggs. So I gotta take it easy, and we're gonna take it down a notch. Talk about some demons and their use case scenarios, because that's Better Commander, brother. Demons are dope, man. Mankind has been obsessed with the embodiments of evil. It's universal across cultures. You have the Japanese, they got the ogres. The Philippines, they got the manananggal. It's like a half woman that flies around with a long tongue, eats fetuses. Alright, I'm not making that up. Check out the Filipino manananggal. The Christians have some sweet demons, and that's the kind of stuff that informs a lot of Western depictions, including those in Magic the Gathering. But you know what? Magic is kind of all over the place. But demons are just bonkers. You know, I like to talk about them. I like to rap about them a little bit here. Great reanimator targets. They're often the biggest things in your deck. Sometimes, though, they aren't. Sometimes there's some small demons. You know what I'm saying? Let's dive in with the Keeper of Secrets here. 5 and a red for a creature demon. It's a 6/4 with first strike and haste. Has the Symphony of Pain. Whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, this creature deals damage equal to that spell's mana value to target opponent. To look upon one is to surrender every last shred of self-will. It's like that David Bowie, Freddie Mercury video. Just two androgynous gentlemen confusing everybody, you know? That's the Keeper of Secrets, dude. What's the secret? Well, it's what's going on under that leotard, buddy. I was an Emperor's Children Slaanesh player over in 40k. I love the aesthetic, the Cenobite vibe that they give off. Anyways, man, great in a cast from exile deck, or just casting your commander gives you some free damage. Come on, brother. Coming in hot at just $5, Lord of the Void. 4 black, creature demon. It's a 7/7 with flying. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, exile the top 7 cards of that player's library. Put a creature card from among them onto the battlefield under your control. One of my all-time favorite damage triggers. This is probably going to get you some sweet creatures, man. It needs haste, but you know, in a Chainer, Nightmare Adept deck, you get that. You great to cheat out, duplicate, has some slapping art with that neon-eyed boys back there. The Void rolls deep, man. This guy's the Lord of the Void, but the Void rolls deep, brother. Look at this guy, 39 cents for the Spawn of Mayhem, 2 black, creature demon. It's a 4/4, has Spectacle for 1 black. You can cast a spell for its Spectacle cost rather than its mana cost if an opponent lost life this turn, flying and trample. At the beginning of your upkeep, this creature deals 1 damage to each player. Then if you have 10 or less life, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Love this guy for group slug decks. It's a 4/4 flyer for likely 3 mana on the right deck. I love his predator looking face. He's an amputee too, man, but he doesn't let that disability bring him down. Great card, man. Remember Spawn from the 90s? Well, that guy was a demon too. That was the Spawn of Mayhem. And coming in at 57 cents, you have the Balrog of Moria. 4 black, and a red for a legendary creature, Avatar Demon. It's an 8/8 with trample and haste. When this guy dies, you may exile it. When you do, for each opponent, exile up to 1 target creature that player controls. That's like when he got Gandalf to drag him down into the underworld, man. Has cycling for 3 and a red. When you cycle this card, create 2 treasure tokens. I am just enamored with this card. I literally bought like 6 copies when this Lord of the Rings came out for 50 cents because I was like, this card's gonna go way up, man. Guess what? It didn't. But it's a big old trampler with haste, a big honkin' 8/8, puts itself in the graveyard. This is an amazing card. It has that exile opponent stuff when it dies trigger, which is pretty art. Pretty metal. And so is the art. Coming in at $4, the Sower of Discord. 4 black, creature demon. It's a 6/6 with flying. As this creature enters, choose 2 players. Whenever damage is dealt to one of the chosen players, the other chosen player also loses that much life. This card is a classic, first seen in Commander 2018. This is a quintessential Commander card. I have used this to take out 2 opposing players, right? So I hit one, the other one loses that much life, and then they both die, something like that. And I've used it defensively to ward off an alpha strike. If you deal me damage, you deal them. You're gonna die too, brother. You know, that's the Ukrainian method right there, brother, and that's better, Commander, dude. Slava Ukraine. I'm about the same size as Zelensky, I gotta be honest with you. I'm just a little power puncher out there, man. Anyways, this is great. Great card. You reap what you sow, dude. Anyways, at $3, we got the Lord of Change, 6 and a blue for a big old 6/6. Has flying and ward 3, and is also the Architect of Deception. When this creature enters, draw 3 cards. Deceive your foes by drawing 3 cards. The Lord of Change are Tzeentch's greatest servants. The most powerful of them wield fragments of his power over destiny. You got a blink deck, huh? You want to draw some cards in a reanimator deck, huh? You like a greedy little Ponce. That's this guy. Look at this guy, man. He's a bird with 2 heads. What a monster. I think this card is still like $1. The Doom Whisperer, 3 black that's 5 mana for a big old 6/6 with flying and trample. Pay 2 life, surveil 2. You know, the sound of every twisted secret tempts you to hear another. There's so many decks that want you to lose life. You know, Greven, Predator Captain, stuff like that. And so many decks that want you to fill that graveyard. What is he whispering about? Probably give me the numbers on the daily S&P 500, dude. Oof. And at $5, we have Varagoth the Bloodsky Sire, 2 and a black, legendary creature, demon rogue. It's a 2/3. I'm only flashing up the showcase here because that's the only art that's worth a damn on this guy. Just kidding, but it is one of my favorite arts. Has Death Touch and Boast for 1 and a black. Target player searches their library for a card, shuffles, puts that card on top. Activate only if this creature attacked this turn and only once each turn. That Boast is kind of like a little vampiric tutor. There are all kinds of little tricks you can do with top deck manipulation, you know, commanders like Gyruda, Doom and Depth, stuff like that. Another cool demon, by the way. Plus, look at that showcase, man. One of my all-time favorite art treatments. It's just Norwegian metal, which I love so much. Alright, this one's a little weird. 60 cents for the Infernal Sovereign. 4 black, creature demon. It's a 6/6. Has flying and trample. Skip your draw step. Whenever you play a land or cast a spell, you draw a card, lose 1 life. I mean, you're playing lands, right? You're casting spells out there. The only danger with this little guy is killing yourself through life loss. You can get into some weird shenanigans. Looks like he's the dude who played Adam Warlock in the Guardians of the Galaxy Part 3. He's got that big forehead. It's very demonic. He gives and he takes in equal measure. There's always a price to pay. That's right, there's always a price to pay, whether you're talking about demons or you go to Aldi's. Shelob, the Child of Ungoliant. This card is very cheap. 4 black and a green, legendary creature, Spider Demon. Has Death Touch and Ward 2, and it's a big old 8/8. Other spiders you control have Death Touch and Ward 2. Whenever another creature dealt damage this turn by a spider you controlled dies, create a token that's a copy of that creature, except it's a food artifact with all the food artifact stuff on it. I am in love with this card in a fight deck, man. It's got Death Touch. Anything that can make it deal damage to an opponent's creature is going to be lethal in most cases, you know, unless it's indestructible or whatever. You're going to get some sweet foods with static abilities. It's got that Lord of the Rings food synergy too, and it's just a really cool character. It's just a giant spider the size of your mom's house. Now we are talking mere pennies for the Nightmare Shepherd, 2 black, enchantment creature demon. It's a 4/4, has flying. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, you may exile it. If you do, create a token that's a copy of that creature, except it's a 1/1, and it's a nightmare in addition to its other types. Gorgeous art on this guy. I love it. Beautiful card. This is a more specific card. You either want it in decks where you're sacrificing things with, Altar of Dementia, stuff like that. Phyrexian Altar. It's interesting. Great for your theft and sacrifice decks. Steal an opponent's creature, sack it, exile it, get a little token. It's a ton of fun. It's a ton of value. Gotta love it. And last but not least, for our dope ass demons today, mere pennies for this card, the Dreadhound. 4 black, creature demon dog. It's a 6/6. When it enters, mill 3 cards. Whenever a creature dies or a creature card is put into a graveyard from a library, each opponent loses 1 life. It herds souls toward eternal torment. Looks like a damn chupacabra out there. There's a lot of decks that want a Sir Conrad, right? You know Sir Conrad. Well, this is his best friend, and he does a decent impression of this guy. I mean, get that board wipe ready, that living death. He gets the train rolling with some self-mill. I love this in straight mill decks too, man. If you traumatize somebody, you get 15 creatures. You know, that's a lot of damn life loss around the table. Alright boys, I gotta run, but I just want to show you some demons. Maybe you never saw some of these demons before. Maybe you know all these demons and you're just a magic guy who knows stuff. You're a magical genius. I don't know. I gotta run. I gotta get my eyes dilated. I'm getting my ciliary muscles paralyzed with a cycloplegic. I'm getting old, man. I can't see anything. I tried to buy a bottle of water from a damn squirrel the other day. You know, oddly enough, he sold it to me. So you guys take care of yourselves. Be nice to animals, alright? Because they may be our overlords someday if everything goes according to plan. Nikki G, Better Commander, signing off.